President Trump came out and said, I had such a great, and he had such a great trip to Asia. It was the most spectacularly successful foreign trip of any president in history.
It was amazing.
What he didn't mention is the highlight of the Asian trip, as far as I'm concerned, is that he and Putin had a little talk, and Putin says, no, we didn't interfere in your election at all. And Donald Trump said, hey, he seems sincere. I believe him.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, well, and that's another issue too. Yeah. Not only so, first the next day after he gets uniformly sort of screamed at, and the CIA, Mike Pompeo, who is an established political ally of Donald Trump, has to come out and say, our intelligence assessment is in line with every other intelligence assessment, which is that there was very clear Kremlin-led meddling in the 2016 election. Donald Trump made this sort of half-hearted walk back and said, it was just sort of unreported, but because he's not earnest about it. But he has this half-hearted walk back and says, I'm with our intelligence agencies. When he says this
as presently constituted.
As presently constituted, that's right.
Meaning with the stooges that I put in charge.
That's right, exactly.
So the question I want to ask, though, is, to this point, to my knowledge, and you report on this every day, to this point, to my knowledge, Donald Trump has not condemned Russia for meddling in the 2016 presidential election, even though the evidence is overwhelming that they did. Isn't that correct?
That is absolutely correct. And you know what else is...
that is stunning to me. I don't care who won or who lost.
Yeah.
I mean, stunning.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's also something that
I do care who won and who lost, but you know what I mean.
And it's a point of incredible frustration for U.S. intelligence leaders. Mike Rogers, Admiral Mike Rogers, the head of the NSA, James Clapper. Dan Coates hasn't been quite as vocal about it in testimony, but there was a moment where Admiral Rogers and James Clapper, without invoking Trump's name, because that would be very politically uncomfortable for them, but in public testimony, basically, they're asked, how important is it that we condemn Russian meddling activity? And they both say, a former intelligence director and a current sitting intelligence director under Mike Rogers, they both say it is so vital, it is so important that you call this out, that you condemn it, that you say that you decrease the effectiveness of that entire operation. And the way you really decrease it is you say it as soon as it's happened. Yeah. And that way you delegitimize the value of stolen or purloined or exfiltrated data. It's so important to call it out. And they can't say it's so important for the president to call it out, but that's what they mean. That's where this actually happens. And the other consensus among the intelligence community is this will continue. This will absolutely continue. Look to the elections in Mexico. Certainly look to 2018. Without a firm statement from a unified government saying that this is absolutely unacceptable behavior, we will fight this on every level that we can. We will not allow it. Then you have to expect the continuance of the undermining of our democratic process.
Right.